What's up everybody, Demon back. Welcome to a brand new video. This one's going to be doing a Godzilla news updates for Godzilla 2019 as well as Shin Godzilla. So our first bit of news, we already knew about it. It's just good to finally hear Legendary Studios confirm that Michael Dougherty, I don't know how to say his last name, you guys know who I'm talking about, the director of Krampus, is the director of Godzilla 2. Now, the reason that I mentioned this before in a video because I definitely remember struggling with that guy's last name, but I didn't really ever talk about it ever since then, only because it was never 100% confirmed. It was on IMDb, there was some other places reporting on it, but it's good to finally see Legendary put it out on Twitter and be like, yay, this is news, yeah, you guys already knew that. So I'm gonna re-report on the news now because on Twitter for Legendary, they just recently reconfirmed this, or actually just confirmed this. That's all the news for Godzilla 2014, so moving into Shin Godzilla. So Shin Godzilla won the #1 Best Film Award for Japan for the Blue Ribbon Awards. Now, this is on Crunchyroll.com, so you guys can go check that out, which is good because recently it won on some sort of Japanese award magazine. It recently won #2 Best Film, and Hideaki Anno won #1 director or something like that. Whereas this one, the movie wins #1, which is also funny because director Gareth Edwards wins the Best Foreign Film Award for Rogue One: A Star Wars Story, and he did Godzilla 2014. So it's cool to see them on the same list here. Blue Ribbon Awards, 59th Blue Ribbon Awards. Shin Godzilla won the #1 film for Japan, so that's nice to see the movie still getting more recognition. Other Shin Godzilla news relating to Universal Studios Japan.
俺は小さい頃から続けてきた。ただこの頃不安だったんだよ。巨大生物がたくさんできただろ。でも戦ってみて分かった。ゴジラ、やっぱりお前は最強だ。
Now, this article actually sheds a whole bunch of light on the Shin Godzilla ride in Japan, the 4D Universal Studios ride. You guys can see some of the screenshots here of the magazine article. I can't translate that. I can't read that much Japanese. I can really only understand like the word Godzilla, and I can only pick that out. But I can't tell anything else. You guys see the map here. Don't quite know what this is. But there's also been a whole sling of new merchandise coming out. So here is some posters. You guys can see it advertised on billboards and things such as that. Here's that weird advertisement for that weird dumpling that has Godzilla's footprint on it. Here's some advertisements for that, the Godzilla Cafe or whatever, like the snacks. I still think that's really awkward. Like, what? It's a weird kind of thing, but whatever. You know, I'm not the one eating it. T-shirts, water bottles, and of course toys, and toys. Yes, there is more pictures of those toys, and that actually is a great segue to the other Shin Godzilla news we have, which is more Shin Godzilla toys. So, Sega toys, or it's not really a toy, it's more of a model because it doesn't have any articulation, but Sega put out a purple version of Shin Godzilla. I don't know if I reported on this or not, but I know I definitely didn't remember it because on Instagram recently, I was messaged about this and they said, hey, could you mention this in a news update, pretty much, and I was like, yeah, that's not a real thing, but you know, it actually turned out to be real, so my credit to Dino Boy 0119. You called it, man. This is a real thing. You guys can see the box here of the original Sega figure and the new one, and honestly, I don't really care about either of them. I think they're weird sculpt, you know, no articulation, so I don't really want it. Other figure that I also don't know the name of, this one's part of that 4-pack for all 4 versions of Godzilla, including the tail out of the water, that form. There's just new pictures of that. This is nothing groundbreaking. This is like pretty much honestly the exact same stuff we've already gotten, so I really don't feel the need to mention it. I've already done a full video pretty much on those toys alone. The final bit of news is comes from NECA. So NECA's Shin Godzilla has a new picture out. Yikes, this is an awful picture. The pose he's in makes him look so absolutely goofy and gross. I hate it. Like, don't pose your toy like that, because it's not a great toy on its own. Don't need to make it look worse. And I know I just made a lot of people mad by saying that. Guess what? It's my opinion. I'm not trying to force it down your throat, so don't try and force yours down mine. I just personally think the toy isn't that good. This is, I think everyone can agree though, this is a bad pose for the toy. It makes the head look too massive, it makes the arms look really weird, the way they just kind of hang down. I don't like this. They need to rechange that. They shouldn't display it like that. And this was at a toy convention, so they should not display it like that. That's all the news I have for Shin Godzilla. I do have a double upload coming out tomorrow of Godzillathon, as well as a Kong Skull Island video, because I missed a video on Monday. So see you guys then for a double upload. Yeah, you guys can make all the scarce jokes you want. I finally figured out what that is because you guys made them so often. So thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry about this kind of unorganized sort of video. I'm not feeling amazing, so I'm gonna edit this video and go to bed. So thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. D-Man out.